So the Token Summit is actually our flagship conference we have here in Liechtenstein to bring together regulators, industry players, but also educators and experts, researchers to talk about relevant topics and developments in the crypto space. This year's topic is MiCA.
All right. Good morning, everybody, and welcome to the Token Summit 2024.
With MiCA being the main topic of the conference this time, we at the CCA really truly believe that we are now at the point where this new technology really can change something, because now we can really offer services on a high scale as a regulated entity out of one single country all over Europe, and that definitely changes the game.
We have the competitive advantage that we are a front runner in this area. We started with the legislation very early. We were by the first one defining the token in law, and also that created an ecosystem here in the country. So we are getting knowledge, but now we have to use that. We have to be proactive, we have to start companies, we have to start businesses, and we have to continue to be innovative.
Coming to MiCA now with a full regulated landscape, it will be really exciting to see what Liechtenstein can do, and I think there's a lot of potential with the stability of the country, the location itself. It will attract a lot of companies, and I think with the regulatory framework which is now in place, I think we have everything what we need to keep growing the ecosystem, especially here in Liechtenstein, and attract a lot of new companies to this amazing place, and we'll see a lot of growth, in my opinion.
For us as a regulator, MiCA will be very important because, it harmonizes the crypto space within the EU. So it gives a lot of guidance, I would say, to market participants, but also to us as the regulator. That in contrast to where we are now with the national blockchain legislation, where the interpretation is fully with us alone.
Yeah, so as an international consultant, we work with a lot of players that are looking to access the European market. Looking for a European home, and Liechtenstein always is high on that list. It's been crypto friendly for many years, it's got a knowledgeable regulator, so it could be a really great gateway to Europe with a MiCA license.
MiCA is for sure a step in the right direction, and it will ensure that with one license you really have higher trust, you really have higher reliability in the services, but also we need to ensure that we have the level playing field, that we enforce that players that have no license, that are not in Europe, are not able to enter the market, but everybody needs to play by the same rules.
Having worked for both Swiss and American firms, I've noticed that here in Europe we're faster at innovating and accepting new products, because some of the first ETPs with exposure to digital assets actually appeared here faster than they appeared in the US. However, the approval of the spot ETFs in the US brings the volume and the confidence in the asset class.
I think it's wonderful that we finally now have MiCA coming into force. I think in Europe we've been waiting to have that regulatory clarity that simply hasn't been there before. And now with this MiCA coming into force, we finally have a way to, in a regulated way, offer digital assets to the European market as well. And I think the European market has been underserved in this regard. So it's really good now that, especially through Liechtenstein, we're able to enter the European market and also offer digital assets.
All this regulation is a huge step forward for Europe, but let's be smart and innovative and use tech to cut transaction costs and to put regulatory even in a stricter and better pace to manage all the compliance and to be safeguarded in Europe.
Liechtenstein is very important as a big part of the crypto valley. Like the financial institutions in Switzerland always used Liechtenstein as a bridge into the European market, the insurance companies, some of the banks, and now we have the same situation. We see today the MiCA regulation is coming, and the big Swiss virtual asset service providers are using Liechtenstein again as this bridge. We saw that coming because of the blockchain law. We opened up a CV Labs in 2019, and I'm super happy to see that this is picking up now.
I think that MiCA is primarily an enabler for a discussion, because now we put the result of 5 to 6 years of reflections on the table. It is the product that is there that governs a small part of the crypto universe, but the meaningful part. And I would say in the discussions on MiCA, especially also the filling with life with the level 2 standards, we have now come across many more questions that have to be answered, which might be to the frustration of some, but which is very useful indeed to bring the discussion in a meaningful way forward. Only texts that are on the table can be meaningfully discussed, and therefore I would see MiCA as an invitation for further reflection and discussion, especially from the crypto sector itself, in order to then move forward to an even better product.
We had a full day with 2 stages, we had workshops, we had His Serene Highness Prince Michael of Liechtenstein, we had our regulator talking about how to implement MiCA, we had workshops how the Swiss ecosystem could use Liechtenstein as a gateway to MiCA, and now we are already preparing for the 4th edition of the Token Summit. So see you next year.